Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit, live here from PAX East 2013. I'm here with Alan White, the art director for this interesting-looking game right here by the name of Smashmuck Champions. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so tell us what this is all about then.
Well, Smashmuck is a new free-to-play MOBA. You've heard of those.
They've been around.
They have, but we've done a very different action-packed take on sort of the traditional format.
Okay.
So fast-paced action, accessibility, and non-stop action are all the name of the game.
All right. So since we're just waiting for the game to actually queue up, eventually we will get in. Let's talk about a few things that are associated commonly with MOBA games, DOTA-style games, and things like that, of which there are quite a few. It's very much an emergent genre.
The
first thing I suppose would be, it's a free-to-play game.
Correct.
So what are you paying for? What do you get in-game? And how do you balance the aspect of time versus money?
Sure. Well, we have a smattering of champions in rotation at any time, so you have a good selection of all this sort of different roles to choose from. Additionally, you can earn everything that affects the way the game plays just through your regular play.
Okay.
We have a crafting system where you get drops from daily achievements and challenges, and then we also have clobber coins, which is our common currency that you earn as you play. The progression is twofold. You have, as a coach, which is what we call the player, your own level, where you improve your ability to do training routines, which are like our rune pages.
Okay.
And then we also have every weapon that you choose has its own level that you level up outside of the game.
All right. That makes perfect sense. So what can you actually buy in the in-game store using real game money?
Using the rare currency, you unlock outfits and all the sort of vanity items. I mean, you could always buy things at a faster pace than if you were unlocking them.
Sure.
Typically, you know, but the only thing that you have to have, you can earn.
All right. That makes sense. Okay, so we are currently on the show floor, which means that it might take us a little bit of time to actually get into a game.
Yeah,
so
our booth build here will spin up a game as soon as enough machines are ready to go.
So let's should we have a quick look around this menu right now?
Jump in the roster right here, and this gives you your breakdown of your player and everything you can earn. We've got highlights, your daily challenges which show up. Now we're in a game.
That was easy.
Perfect timing.
All right.
Okay, so it's auto-picked for us this time around, but next time around we'll be able to pick whatever your play style.
Sure. Now, let's do some rules at the top here. Your plunder ball, what's all that about?
This is our... Now, you're in a game in progress.
All right, cool. Let's kill people.
Okay, so you're playing Scuttlemuck. He's this pirate captain. He's a good mix of range, melee, and support. He's got a lot of tools in his kit. Your number one skill there will lure your opponents, which gives you and your allies a little bit of health back when you attack them. You've got your number two is a knockdown line attack. Oh, sudden death. Wow.
All right.
You're in here at a critical moment.
All right. I'm definitely going to mess this up then.
Yeah, you're going to have to deliver for your team.
All right. Let's make this happen. So that's a lure. Number two is a cannon of some description.
It's a knockdown, and it's a line attack, so you'll hit everybody in this line.
There we go.
Beautiful. So you'll notice we jumped in here into sudden death. All of our game times are very short. Average game time in Smashmuck is somewhere around 10 minutes a match. Plunder Ball is a game mode that usually runs around 5, and then our longer format modes run close to 15.
All right. Saved his ass there with skill 3 by the looks of it.
Yep.
There you go.
It's a great AoE heal. Really helps your teammates out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is... I can get used to this. This is not too tricky. All right, I'm heading in this general direction here. So, this is a comment for those watching. The way the interface works is your left click is your auto attack, as it were, and then your right click activates whatever your special skill currently is. So instead of pressing QWER like you'd be used to in, say, Dota or League of Legends, you select it and then you right click to activate it. Now, is there also a way to bind it so that maybe you could bind a specific key just to fire it, kind of like a smart cast system?
Yes, we have a quick cast option in the options menu. That was something the players really came back with that they wanted right off.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's that it's something you kind of got to get used to.
Sure.
All right, there's some interesting-looking beasties here.
There are a lot of different characters. What kind of play style would you prefer to check out?
Let's try something that could be considered a ranged carry of some description.
Okay, Zert's pretty fun.
All right.
He's great single-target DPS guy.
Okay.
So you've got a Blaze Bolt here. That's your number one skill.
Yep.
And that does a projectile that'll set a target on fire.
All right.
You've got a Turbo. That'll help you get back and forth. Makes you a really good ball carrier in Plunder Ball. And then 3 is a Repulse skill. That'll push targets you hit. Now remember, you can fall off the map in this game. So that means you can also push characters off. So if you catch somebody napping near the edge of a cliff, you can knock them off and get an instant kill.
I also noticed this character actually has 2 passives by the looks of it.
All the characters have 2 passives by default. There's also a badge slot that you can equip. And you level up. As you level up your coach, you'll have access to more and different badges.
Okay.
And those provide, similar to another trait, it's another conditional or passive bonus.
But you can slot that in regardless. Okay.
Right. And you do all of that in that menu beforehand. You can save your loadouts and your builds for all your different characters ahead of time.
Now, are we looking at a game whereby some kind of shop system is in play, or is that something you've not decided to put into this?
There is no shop in-game.
Right.
You do all of your setup
Everything
ahead of time.
out-game. Okay.
We found the in-game shop just added too many punishing decisions for new players.
Okay.
And we really wanted to cut that out, let you respawn quick, get back in the action right away so we could keep the game time down. And you'll notice all the levels are fairly small for the most part, so you can get right back in the action. Now, if you hold shift, you'll get the expanded map and you can see where all the characters are.
Okay. That's fairly helpful considering I'm trying to learn what on earth is going on here.
Right. So you'll also get quests, and this little arrow around your base, which we can't see right now, will kind of direct you. Your teammate's got the ball, so he's headed out. And now the enemies are running down here out of spawn trying to catch up.
I think they're slightly annoyed by me, so I'm going to keep that going. There we go. Here, have some of that. So I believe in point-blank range, this character does a little bit of extra damage, which is a tad risky considering he doesn't exactly seem very durable.
No, he's very frail.
Okay.
But you get a bonus to your damage when you're really close to somebody. It gives you a chance to kind of hold your own and finish somebody off at close range if you need to.
Okay. There is also jumping, which is
jumping.
not something we usually see in Dota-style games.
Correct.
What does that actually allow you to do, though, in a real sense?
Well, with the positioning, if you're very brave, you can cut some corners down here by the bridge. Don't fall in.
Oh, okay.
But you can get pretty creative with that. Also, there are cliffs that are too tall for your character to jump up.
Okay.
But by jumping on top of an ally, you can ladder people into other parts of the map where
you
normally
can
they
jump
wouldn't
on
come
other
from.
people. All right. Okay, that's pretty neat. I don't even know what that is, but I want to play it.
That's Dr. Trip. He's one of our support characters. He's like a crazy hamster scientist.
Fair enough. All right, so I'm currently defending PAX Player 6. Seems like we know what we're doing. The other team is having problems in that regard.
Yeah, they're asleep at the wheel.
How unfortunate for them. So this kind of plunder ball mode, which is essentially capture the flag, are there any unique spins on that versus the traditional format?
No, this is our most traditional of all the formats we have, but we have 5 total game modes in the game in 7 different arenas.
Okay.
And some of those modes, like we have a siege mode, which is like our spin on the traditional Dota, but we've added this very zany cartoon bomb that really mixes up the way you play, whether your team's going to try to grab the bomb and blow up the enemy turrets, or you're just going to play defense and try to prevent the other team from doing the same to you. And we have a destroyer mode where each team has a giant colossus that they try to power up using crystals that are scattered around the map.
Okay.
And then defeat the other team's colossus. And those are 2 of our longer modes.
Ah. And as you said, this one was like, what, 10 to 15 minute kind of affair?
Plunderball is 7 minutes tops plus sudden death if like nobody scores.
Sure.
But if time runs out here, you guys have the lead, so you only need to score 1 more time to end this.
Yeah, I think these guys might need to get on my level just a little bit right here. MOBA experience, like from my personal perspective, Dota experience is immediately helping out here, especially like playing Awesome Noughts, for instance, which is probably one of the only other really sort of action MOBAs that currently exists alongside Super Monday Night Combat.
Definitely.
It's a little bit different. The principles are kind of the same.
Sure.
Yeah? Whereby it's like, oh, I'm a less durable kind of range attack damage carry. I need to be kiting wherever possible. I need to be chipping away with my auto attacks and nailing those good skill shots.
Right.
And then, if you're more of a bruiser character, you need to physically get in the way. Does this game actually have collision detection in that regard? Yeah.
It does. So, and if you're really clever, you can jump off of your enemies to get up cliffs and all sorts of cagey stuff.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's kind of neat. I like that idea. Whoa! And it looks like we absolutely destroyed them.
Got the last cap, 3-0. You guys
Nice.
are pros.
Yeah, these guys are terrible at this game. All right, it's good to see. So what kind of release date are we looking at for this? I noticed something on this about the Steam closed beta.
Steam closed beta starts tomorrow.
Nice.
We're ballparking a fall release.
Okay.
But everything we do is based on player feedback. As we've basically been in a live alpha since 8 months into development, and
Right.
we're not even up to 2 years now.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
we're not going to be done with it until the players are satisfied and we're satisfied. And
All right.
one of our characters in this game was designed by fans at PAX Prime, and we're doing another panel for that tonight where they can design another champion.
All right. I think we're going to go with this guy, by the looks of it, for the time being. So he's a bit of a support
Right.
with recharge. He's got a damage over time target area. as well as a slow lightning bolt. Very, very nice. Basic attacks deal 50% elemental damage.
Right.
All right, that works.
So some characters will have a different type of resistance. They'll be better against skills or worse against basic attacks, whichever way it shakes down. So this guy does a little bit of both. It makes him pretty universally good.
All right. So you're aiming this game quite clearly at people that are kind of interested in MOBA but are looking for something a little bit more accessible.
Certainly. I mean, now, the players who play this game at a very high level are absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we give the players so much information with the shift map that you can make really good decisions and play really coordinated and deck ahead of time to make a really strong, unified build. So there's a lot of ceiling in terms of what really competitive teams want to do. But for anybody, you can really jump in and hold just that left mouse button down and
you can
help
do damage.
your team.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. And you're not going to kind of hinder your team, as it were.
Right.
Since there's no shop, losing money isn't really an issue. What about sort of, well, I guess feeding your opponent doesn't help either, because you don't get any money, so feeding is irrelevant.
If you only get one kill but die 10 times, that one kill can still win your team the game.
Yeah, if it's the one that saved your ball carrier, at least in this particular mode, right?
Correct.
That guy, yeah, he didn't think that one through. I don't think, honestly, that was a bad idea, all things considered.
Yeah, staring down three of the enemies.
There's the AOE there as well. Yeah, this is just unfair right now. Dear Lord. It's like, hey guys, I have some items in Dota. I'm automatically good at this game. I have a feeling I get my ass kicked by people that weren't just standing on show floor, though.
Oh, maybe. We could probably get some devs on some machines if you
that's
a real challenge.
That's always nice to get a little bit of a challenge. I remember a long time ago, it was a Gamescom. We actually played a closed session of Smite when it was pre-alpha.
Oh, yeah?
And it turns out the only two people that had ever played a Dota-style game in their lives were both the guys I had there. So we did 2-on-5 and we won.
Oh,
so
nice.
That was kind of brutal in that regard.
Okay, you've picked up a damage pickup, so that'll let you do double damage if anybody tries to deal with you having
Hello,
that Thunderbolt.
How are you? Yeah, I think we can do something here.
He threw down that wall and caught your restraining bolt there.
Oh, so you can actually block some abilities with other abilities.
And there are a lot of like dash skills where you can dodge other skills with them by quickly dodging out of the way of what your opponents got aimed.
Nice. Yeah, so as you can see in this game, it doesn't really have auto attacks per se. You can hold down the button, but you should be aiming, because you can't just click on something and have it automatically hit him. Slightly out of range for that one. Here you go. You can have some of that. Bit of a slow damage over time, which he is sitting in.
Well, he dropped one, too, to try to help against that Brutus, but it didn't do him any good.
Not especially. Oh, nice. So he actually hopped over there entirely. That's...
Now, he has a teleport skill, but he seems to not know he has it.
Maybe you'll find out after I kill him a few more times. But that's actually pretty cool. It's something you don't necessarily expect to find in a game like this, where suddenly, you hop onto something and you've managed to avoid what would otherwise be a lane. I mean, in this mode, you don't really have lanes per se.
Right.
Do you have a mode that you would consider to be the closest to a traditional MOBA, or are you just completely avoiding that?
We do. We have that's called our siege mode.
I have a feeling I'm going to die.
So it has 2 lanes instead of 3, and then in the sort of no man's land in the middle is where that bomb spawns. So, and that has your traditional sort of minions on each team trying to push the towers and all that.
Fair enough.
That you expect.
But stuff like last hitting and everything is just completely irrelevant in a game like this, because you don't get money, you don't gain experience, so it's kind of pointless in that regard. All right, let's defend this area. I just want to move back slightly. I am a bit of a support. I'm not acting like one, and I probably should be.
But you do a lot of damage, especially when the opponent's grouped up like this, so that's a good way to focus.
Yeah,
now, this Brutus character that's on your team, the sort of gladiator-looking guy, he does gain power for getting kills. So we've tied some of that sort of feedback into traits for some of the characters. Like, one of your traits, every 5th skill you land will stun the opponent. So you could sort of save that 5th one, if you want to try to land that AoE and stun a bunch of opponents.
Right now, I'm focusing on not dying horribly. There we go. Looks like these guys have got the hang of it.
Yeah. They pushed into your base pretty hard there a minute ago.
We were able to deal with them fairly handily, I feel.
Well, that character is one of the healers. Will have a very hard time in melee on her own.
Yeah, he's going to struggle it just a little bit by the looks of it. I think there's a spawn here. So, you were talking about this map earlier. Which was Shift? Yeah.
Correct.
So what you're basically saying is this game has no fog of war of any description.
Correct. The only sort of invisibility that goes on is when you use a skill to turn yourself invisible.
So what was your logic behind that? What do you think that actually does that benefits the game?
Well, it's twofold. One, we didn't really think it felt sort of the Bloodsport Stadium kind of vibe that the game has in the sort of crazy American Gladiators format. And the second was, we really wanted players to be making informed decisions and not be lost in, what am I supposed to do? What does that opponent do? What do my skills do? When you're brand new, we want you to be able to look at the map and know right where to go.
Okay.
So, and there's also a little ring with an arrow around your base that's going to point you towards your cap.
There we go.
Oh, capped it with just a sliver of health left.
That's the best kind of cap.
Mm-hmm. Timely win. So here we'll see you would get experience if these accounts weren't maxed, and you'd also earn clobber coins, and that would feed your weapon selection.
So is the what you would call the training regimes, I believe?
Right.
Yeah. What do they look like?
Very much like a rune page, but those level up as you gain levels. Okay. So you start with, like, if you had an attack bonus, it would be a small attack bonus, and then as you leveled up more, it would become increasingly more powerful.
Oh, okay. So how do you balance that in terms of matchmaking? Do you just matchmake by level, or do you matchmake by some kind of hidden skill number?
We have a formula for it, but it's a combination of level, your rating, which is based on your wins and losses, how well you've done recently, and then your sort of overall progression with all your levels and everything else added together.
All right, fantastic. Let's hop into one more game. As this, I don't even know what this is, but it's got a minigun, which for me is usually a good idea. Overdrive. So Bliss calls out. All right, so that's support. Mm-hmm. That's also support. Cool. And that is kill everything. That's the best kind of support.
Yeah. So now you have a trait that lets you move and attack. You noticed when you were playing with Kilowatt in the last match,
stop.
You stopped to fire. This guy will slow down, but he can keep moving.
Nice.
So you can play very cagey with him.
Okay. Now, do you envision this game having any sort of competitive scene? Are you enabling features later down the road that support an esports environment?
Definitely. I mean, we have custom games, all the architecture's built. We just haven't had time to get the menu together because we were getting ready for this show.
Sure, yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. We've gotten a chance to put a lot of mutators together that the different players have asked for.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to getting that out there.
All right. Okay, let's give this fellow a shot then.
Okay, you've got two of our vampire character, Nexi, as your allies. So you're a pretty fast team, which will be good in this Plunderball map.
Okay. There's energy there. We don't need to grab that, so let's save that till later. So my abilities, so there's that AoE there. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to hold down until we get close. So that's given her, I think, a speed, some kind of boost?
Speed buff and health.
All right. She must be pretty happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
As usual, supports our thankless roll. Oh, I really want this guy dead, but I'm not going to get anywhere near him.
Okay, that will add some damage and armor to you and one nearby ally.
Nice.
Since they're grouped up, now, I mean, that's a good time to use your 3.
Yep, I was trying to get into good position for it and then got my ass handed to me.
Well, it looks like your team cleaned up, so... Oh, nice.
There you go, a little bit of damage being done, not great.
Okay, your ally has grabbed their plunder ball.
Is that... I'm just trying to see if there's a skill that I've got that might actually slow... Oh, never mind, she's my friend. It's like, why am I not doing damage? Oh, yeah, that would explain that. So I'm noticing there, that's kind of an interesting idea. So you have what appears to be some kind of... Is that a range indicator that you then could sort of lock on for the support?
Right.
So, I see, okay. That's interesting. I've never seen that done before, actually.
Now, this character that you guys are thrashing here is the character that our fans designed at PAX Prime last September.
Well, sorry, fans of PAX Prime, we're going to murder him. Also, we appear to have 5 players, right?
Well, Nexi, one of her powers, this is the vampire character, she can create a duplicate of herself for a brief period of time.
Ah, nice.
So she gets vampiric health back, so she's able to get a lot of extra health by having that duplicate running around with her.
Sounds reasonable to me. All right, so Coolbot has the ball.
Yes.
There you go, have some support.
Nice and timely.
It's always good. So this person also has the ball, but is going to die very quickly, I think, by the looks of it.
Right.
So 1 on 3.
When you have the ball, you take a speed penalty and you don't regen energy. So you really need your team to help you out, or you need some timely pickups.
Well, he's about to be horribly disappointed as he goes back. He's like, oh, yeah, they have it. Damn. That's how capture the flag works. I remember now. Get back here.
All right, your ally with the ball is taken off. You guys have probably got this as long as you can keep these two busy.
Here you go, have some machine guns. That's usually a good way to keep people busy. There we go.
Oh, nicely done.
All right. Now he's going to get completely...
I don't think you've died this match.
Not this match. I died once, I think, in match 2, but that's about it. again, like as someone that plays a lot of Dota 2,
oh yeah,
and also Awesome Norths, which is like an ideal
Sure.
combo for playing a game like this, because obviously it's a more action-orientated MOBA that's, you know, a lot more skill shot based, but obviously less complex on the item and character development front.
Right.
You can totally pick this up immediately. Like as soon as you figure out kind of how the right-click skill system works, everything completely falls into place. So not something that I would consider to. It's definitely challenging. It's fun in terms of the amount of aiming and the amount of action combat that's going on, but it's not difficult to pick up at all.
No, and that's one of the things we really focused on.
I couldn't get in range to support him. All right, I'll murder him, and then at least I'll try to murder him. There you go, have some machine guns. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Fantastic. All right, we're going to have to wrap this up because we're going to have to move on to the next appointment. But Smashmuck, so by the time you see this video, the closed beta should be available on Steam. Is there any specific way that people have to go in order to actually get it, or can they just pick it up immediately?
We're giving out keys here at PAX, so you can get keys that way. We'll also be giving keys away on our website and our Facebook and our Twitter. And additionally, we're in open beta on our website. The Steam section is just closed right now so that we can make sure all the Steam functionality we want to add is very finely tuned.
All right, and where do they have to go to get the open beta on your website?
Smashmuck.com.
Smashmuck.com, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Thank you very much for showing us your game today. Keep an eye out for Smashmuck Champions, the action-orientated Dota-style game coming to Steam. Should be on closed beta available right now for you, or check out their website at smashmuck.com. My name's been TotalBiscuit, live here from PAX East 2013, and I will see you next time.